Maybe it's time to start another Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, or maybe you've already started one and you just need a refresher. In any case, here's 15 secrets and other hidden things that you might have missed in Act 1. Number 1, starting with getting one of the strongest early game weapons, the Everburn Blade. Before squaring up against Commander Jolk, remember to equip Command from your spellbook if you're a cleric, or you could just simply use Shadowheart for this. When the fighting starts, just run up to the commander and command him to drop his weapon. Upon success, the Everburn Blade will drop to the ground and you can simply run over and pick it up. And there you go, you didn't even have to fight him. Number 2, after crashing on the beach, remember to head on over to this area that's close to Asterion and make your way to this little alcove with a unique boulder in it. Have a character with at least 13 strength move it for you, like Shadowheart, and you'll find a map alongside some other stuff. After you've read the map, head on over to this area on the map, which requires you to do a bit of climbing. Here you will find the Harper's Stash, which contains some goodies, but perhaps the most important item to find here is the Spider Egg Sack, which you can get from looting a spider's nest. This works like a Pokeball of sorts, letting you spawn a gang of spiders that will assist you during combat. However, it's a one-time use only. Number 3, you can access a shortcut to the crypt by shooting this big concrete block that'll crash into the crevice below. Just beware, you'll enter combat pretty much immediately upon entering, so prepare accordingly. Number 4, while in the crypt, remember to loot this coffin for a soul coin, and after meeting Withers for the first time, remember to loot his sarcophagus, as in it there will be another soul coin. Karlach will thank you later. Also, don't forget that other chest in the same room as Withers, as it contains the Speak with Dead amulet. Number 5, you can speak to a tremendous amount of dead characters in BG3. For example, you can talk to Cannon, the tiefling that gets shot during the goblin raid.
We from Elturel left.
And another female tiefling that's getting eaten by the 3 ogres.
Strange warriors, gold skin, silver blades.
Quick of foot this one to avoid Githyanki hunters.
Then there's the Gentarum Caravan Agent, the toll collectors next to the fake Paladins of Tyr, and so much more. You can even speak to the ogre couple, and if you kill them, you can find out that they were truly in love.
That is both fear, love.
And you killed them, you horrible monster. Number 6, you can find Auntie Ethel in the Druid Grove before heading to the swamp, whereupon she will give you a healing potion if you're receptive enough.
Oh, stop with the sweet talk. Here, take the end of the batch, just in case.
Aw, what a kind old woman. Truly a heart of gold. Number 7, there's a rather defensive squirrel next to the druids. And no, you don't have to kick it like some psycho. What is wrong with you? Anyway, if you have the Speak to Animal spell active, you can talk her down, upon which she gives you a very useful hyena's ear. See? Make peace, not war. Number 8. Another animal you might have missed is this rat running around next to the blacksmith. This rat will show you the location of an evil thing, which turns out to be a key to the cabinet next to Pandirna, the tiefling. However, to reach it, you'll have to kill or knock out Pandirna, which isn't really worth it as the items themselves aren't very special. Number 9. If you're playing as a Dark Urge and you desperately want to save Alfira, well, you're in luck. All you have to do is bash her brains in. Non-lethally, that is, and by that I mean turn on your non-lethal passive and knock her out. After a long rest or two, the time arrives for the Dark Urge to have her moment, but oh, instead of Alfira, you instead have Quill Grootslang show up, a dragonborn girl with a penchant for throat singing. Unfortunately, the throat-singing maestro's fate is sealed and you cannot save her. But hey, rather her than Alfira, right? Number 10. Inside the basement of the Blighted Village, there's a chest that you can reach by stapling boxes on top of each other, and it contains a steel-forged sword as well as a piece of infernal iron. By heading to the stairs, you can reach an upper level by also stacking boxes, and at the end of the hallway there's a cracked wall that leads to the Whispering Depths, and you can destroy this wall by using blunt weapons. Number 11. At the house where the Paladins of Tyr are, you can access a lower level filled with common loot. But at the end there's also a big door that's impossible to lockpick. However, you can destroy the door with sufficiently strong attacks, and so I had Karlach do the honors for me here. The room behind the door contains loot, but also tons of traps, so watch your step and then activate your inner loot goblin. To access the secret room at the end of the chambers, simply sit at the 2 chairs next to the wall and voila, you've got even more treasure to loot. Number 12. If you can convince the Genterm traders to give you the Caravan Strongbox, or if you simply take it by force, you will be able to lockpick it and find some goodies inside, one of these being the Iron Flask. By throwing the Iron Flask on the ground, it will summon an Observer, which could help you out in a pinch, but unfortunately it's just as likely to kill you as it is hostile. Number 13. You can access the Hidden Wolf altar in the Druid Grove early by pickpocketing Wrath and taking the Rune of the Wolf. You can then socket this in the missing slot next to the other runes. And after activating all of these, you gain access to the altar, whereupon you'll find some valuable loot as well as a rare weapon. Number 14. By going to the swamp first and heading to the southeastern part, you'll find a bunch of mobs surrounding a tree. After clearing all the enemies, you can find a hidden wooden crevice if your perception is high enough, which contains a letter to Kaga. After reading it, you'll be able to provide evidence to Kaga and the other druids that Kaga has been making deals with shadow druids, upon which you get to choose whether to kill Kaga or persuade her to join you in cleaning out the shadow druid vermin, meaning you can have a small redemption arc for Kaga if you so choose.
When the darkest hour fell, it was us that brought light. Sylvanas demands we illuminate shadow, not hide within it. How was I so blind?
Careful, Koga. The shadows don't forgive.
I belong to the shadows no longer. You've no power over me.
You would question my power. Mother Earth, hear me. Grant me your wrath.
Number 15. Finally, one of the strongest weapons in the game is actually relatively easy to get. Well, depending on how you look at it. Firstly, make sure you park your local Lae'zel at your camp.
Check.
Next, bring Shadowheart or a cleric build with our old friend Command equipped. Now before getting in a confrontation with the Githyanki, sneak up behind Kithrak Voss while staying away from the Gith detection zones. Use drop weapon on Kithrak, and if successful, he'll teleport away, but without his weapon. Now the fight with the Gith might be a little tough, but if you've been clearing most of the content in Act 1 up until now, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And after dealing with the Gith, you'll now be able to loot the Silver Sword of the Astral Plane, a very rare weapon that's just perfect for Lae'zel or a Githyanki character. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. This has been Mr. Halton, signing out.